What is going on, legendary humans? Ryan Magic here, and in this video I'm going to be sharing 7 fundamental things that I've seen that block people from attracting their dream partner and keeping them. And before I go into this video, which is super in depth, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the subscribe button so you can check out when new videos come out and see my other videos as well. Let's get into this. So full screen is going to be best, and the reason why is because, as you can see, there's a lot of detail here. So you'll be able to view it better if you go full screen. So hit the full screen button so you can check this out. So we're going to start off with the most just missed point when it comes to dating. It'll just change the whole way that you approach it, which is understanding the difference between needs and wants. And it's the difference between prioritizing surface layer qualities versus deep compatibility. So this in itself is going to give you essentially like a map, a roadmap of who it is that you're actually looking for. Most of the time we go into dating, people don't even know who they're looking for. They just end up with somebody and then they're like, why am I attracting a low quality partner? They don't even know what's going to really create a fulfilling, deep connection. So when we're going into this, the reason why is because people are usually looking at more of the surface qualities, which I'm going to say are wants, versus looking at the deep compatibility makeup points that allow someone to be a healthy, empowered human being that matches what's going to make a loving dynamic in a relationship for you. And so I'm going to go through these and you'll start to get a gist of why these needs are fundamental. Communication, conflict resolution, honoring, sex and intimacy, trust, commitment, how that people respond to change and challenge, their values and beliefs, what the situation is with their friends and family. These are things that you need to understand who you really want to attract in the way that they act in these aspects. Now, they might not be as exciting as these surface layer things like appearance, status, job, what goals do they have, what's their purpose, interests, what does their past look like, what's their current reality. These are the things that people are usually looking for more, and these are things that I still want you to list down now and write out and get excited. It's kind of like a vision board for your partner. But this is what's going to make the relationship, in terms of having a high quality partner, or what makes a high quality partner is a high quality human being, and a high quality human being is someone that is healthy and empowered. And this is what you need to understand, the compatibility or who you want to attract from the needs perspective as well. So I want you to write these points down. I'm going to explain each one of these because this is really, really important. Communication and conflict resolution. How does somebody respond in an argument? Are they aggressive? Are they calm? Are they understanding? Can they feel? Can they express how they feel? Do they show vulnerability? Very, very important. You've got honoring. Honoring means, how does someone show respect to you and how do they bring value to you? And there's a model that you may have heard of, you may not have, called the love languages. And so you can open in a new tab, pause this, open a new tab. Actually, I'll just link you to a survey you can do to understand how you want to be shown love. But it's very important to understand what's important for you to be honored. For me in a relationship, for example, I really want to be shown appreciation. I really want to have somebody that appreciates me. Another thing that shows honoring for me is never being spoken down to in front of other people. Feedback is fine, but never spoken down to. And I've been with certain partners for me that don't have that. And this is why understanding your needs is very important, because then you can assess when you're in the dating period whether they possess these things that are needs for you or not. Okay? But honoring is important. Sex and intimacy. How often do you want to have sex? What does sex mean to you? What are your interests in that area? It's a very, very important aspect. Trust. Trust is a broad word. It's so important. We all know it's important, but most of us don't know what makes up trust. That is why in the description, I've linked a video called The Anatomy of Trust, where Brene Brown, most of you would have heard of Brene Brown, she appears on Oprah and she does a keynote presentation sharing this acronym, BRAVING. And each of these points, these letters, represents a word, and she has her own definition for what that means. So you understand the different components of trust. Definitely got to check that out. There's essentially boundaries, reliability, accountability, the vault, integrity, non-judgment, and generosity. Not in the common sense of generosity, but you need to listen to the video and watch the video to understand what that means. But you'll essentially be able to pinpoint what aspects of trust are most important for you, for someone else to possess in a relationship. And then when you're assessing someone's character, not hardcore spectacles on the end of the nose, notepad, like analyzing someone in the dating, but just assessing, just checking out how do they respond in certain situations. Do they have these needs or not? You can look at trust. Commitment, super important to understand as well in the early days, because does someone want to have kids soon? When do they want to have kids? When do they want to get married? Are they looking for a long-term relationship? You can see what sort of commitment level are you looking for? How do they respond to change and challenge? Massive. Again, this is empowered versus disempowered. What are their values and beliefs? Do they fundamentally believe that the world is a place of opportunity? Or do they have more of a negative outlook on the world? Understanding the values and beliefs that are really important for you to know that your partner possesses. This is massive. And what's their relationship to their friends and family? I don't actually mind what my partner's relationship is to their friends and family. It's not a big deal for me. For some people though, they want a really big, healthy family dynamic. You know, I don't have a super close connection with many of my family. That's okay for me. So what does it look like for you? So these are needs, okay? And when you understand these, again, you can approach dating with a sense of stability and knowingness. Now, a fundamental belief that I hold is that my dream woman is being created to make a mark in the world and whatever for her, but it's being created for me, meaning that I know that she's out there. I don't have to try to convince anyone to be with me. I'm not going to lose out if someone doesn't want to be with me because I'm just looking for the right fit for me. But at least I know what I'm looking for because I can see it here. And I've been on tons of dates recently after coming out of a long-term relationship 9 months ago, gotten to the part where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to start dating again. And knowing this just allows me to go, yeah, look, it was fun. I enjoyed our date, but I don't think we're the right fit, or I don't feel like we're the right fit. And that's okay. It's very, very important. And I also wanted to quickly credit a dating coach that I've worked with, Renee Slansky. Really, really grounded, mature dating coach who I've learned some of these concepts from. So check out her channel. I've linked it in the description for you guys to check out. She's awesome. Massive gratitude for Renee. All right. The second block that most people have is that they are trying to outsource love. They're looking for someone to be their other half, to complete them, right? This is what we learn in Hollywood movies. It's not our fault. Society kind of puts this concept into us, and it's an unhealthy way to look at it. The reason why is because if you don't have enough love for yourself, self-worth, self-love, sense of self, if you don't feel fulfilled in your own life without a partner, you're not okay being alone. Not that you're going to do that for the rest of your life, but you've just got a sense of healthiness within yourself, a fullness within yourself, then you can't pour love out. There's no love overflow to give. And so what happens is when you enter the dating process and you're trying to outsource love, find someone to complete you, you're empty, you're missing pieces. And then when someone comes in and it fits in and it temporarily fills that void, you become attached. And you're not assessing at that point. The assessment and the health and the perspective is gone. At that point, you're just trying to hold on to the missing piece that's just filled you up. And that is not a healthy way to go about it. So I've got a solution, which is good, something that's been awesome for me, which is an activity called mirror work. All right, it's a modality, but there's a specific activity that's been game-changing for me in building my self-worth, in learning to love myself. But first and foremost, I want you to consider this. I want you to imagine you do find a partner and you're living together, you're sleeping together, you're having sex, you're kissing, you're coexisting, but you never take the time to look deep into each other's eyes and really see each other's souls. Sounds deep, but there's a purpose behind this. Look there and just be able to know, hey, we've got each other. I love you. I've got your back. Let's do this. Let's do this life together. If that wasn't there and you coexisted, you ticked all the boxes, you lived together, you did what is called a functioning relationship, but you missed that depth, it'd be a real shame and it'd be lacking a lot of meaning in that relationship. The reason that most people are in that situation where they're lacking that depth is because they don't have it with themselves. And anyone that's really empowered and really healthy is going to want that. And if you want to attract someone that's a high quality partner, you need to have that within yourself. It's so important. And so the same thing that I just mentioned being able to do in a relationship, you got to create that for yourself. And mirror work's a phenomenal way to do that. So what I do is I look in the mirror and I acknowledge my presence. I spend so much time in my head, but I forget that I even exist. I'll get in the mirror, brush my teeth, see myself, what's going on, brush my beard. Don't even acknowledge that I exist. I'm just going about my life, ticking over in my mind. Sometimes I forget to acknowledge myself. Holy crap, I'm a living person. And when you acknowledge and you go, whoa, hang on a second. I forgot I was even living for a second there because I was so busy. When you do that and you start to create some intimacy for yourself, which is a feeling thing. This is not a logical activity. So what you do, there's 4 things that you're going to say to yourself after you've established that acknowledgement and connection. I love you. First and foremost, I love you. I love you. I've got your back. Let's do this. Like, I see you. I love you. That's the first part. And then there's three little cues you're going to give yourself. What are 7 things that I'm proud of myself for? What am I really proud of myself for? I'll usually do this on a day. So I'll be like, what are 7 things I'm proud of myself for the day? The next one is, what are 7 things that I forgive myself for? What are some things that I might have judged myself for or done in the past that wasn't the best, and I'm just going to give myself some leeway there and forgive myself? And then what are 7 things that I'm going to commit myself to? Now, if you do this and you build that trust and connection and love with yourself in the mirror and you repeat this over and over again, you start to create a sense of self-worth. It just grows and grows and grows. And that's magnetic when it comes to the dynamic of attracting an amazing partner, like your dream partner is on the other side of these activities. So that mirror work's important. Little interjection, reminder for myself here. If you're enjoying this video, guys, the YouTube algorithm works on big time likes on videos. So if you guys could click a little like on the video, that'd mean the world to me. It'd help more people to be able to create healthy relationships as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, but you're enjoying this, click the subscribe button and you'll see other videos that I put out as well. Let's go to the next one. Not living your life. And we've got a little mini graphic here as well. Not living your life. You might be thinking, well, what the hell are you talking about? I'm living my life. This is the thing. Most people are living because they're trying to be someone that they think other people will like. Not like they're filtering between what their heart desires and what they do. There's a gap in there. And they go, yeah, I really want to do this, but my parents would hate me if I went and did that. Or I really would love to do this job, but I'm at uni at the moment and there's no way I could quit that. Because imagine what people would think. Or I'm into these weird I'm into this like meditation and stuff, but none of my friends like it. So I'm just going to push that away because, you know, a girl or a guy might think that's weird. Most people do this in such a big way. And the problem with it is that if you're not showing up being your authentic self, however you are showing up, the inauthentic version of you is what someone else is going to be attracted to. Now, if someone else is attracted to the inauthentic version of you, you're not actually going to attract the person that's meant for you, because the person that's meant for you is going to love you for who you are at your core, for you living your life. And so you're going to attract, like, let's say, for example, you're like, well, I think I need to put on all this makeup and do all this stuff to look a certain way. The sort of guy that's going to be attracted to that is going to be a different sort of person than if you did what you actually felt authentic and aligned with in your heart. If you show up in that way in the world, whatever that looks like for you, then the right guy's going to be attracted to that. Very important distinction. So what I want you to do is just contemplate, what am I not doing that my heart wants me to do? Or what am I doing that I'm just doing to appease other people, that I'm doing to be liked by other people? Because the more that you can own and honor your own authentic truth, and we love people in the world that do this. We love Ellen DeGeneres, it's just so authentic. We love Lady Gaga, who's weird as hell, and it's like, what the is she doing with this weird meat suit? Well, like, you know what? we feel a pull towards that because we also love the authenticity and want it for ourselves. So give yourself that permission, and then you'll attract people that love you for who you are, right? Super important. That's point number 4. Number 5 is a big one. It's me bringing in the, I'm going to put on my big boy boots and be a fatherly figure here. This is a mature point. Rushing your timeline, rushing the time frame in which putting pressure on when you meet someone. Now you might be like, thanks Ryan, I came in this video because I want to attract someone now. And so do I. How good does it feel to be in a relationship with someone that's like lighting you up and lifting you up and giving you energy? It's amazing. However, if you're desperate, it's going to put you in a position of vulnerability, because then you start doing, there's this beautiful concept in management, I've got business background, called null hypothesis. And essentially it means that you go in assuming something's not right, trying to find evidence of how it's right. Whereas most people, when they are trying to hire someone quickly in management, they're just like, yeah, this person's right. And then they go in and they're just like, everything feeds that view that they've already brought into the dynamic. And so of course they end up being right. People do the same thing when it comes to dating when they're in a rush. They go and they go, yeah, I like that about them. I like this about them. They're not assessing their character. They're just trying to justify jumping into a relationship because they're not feeling solid usually in themselves because they don't have that love. So they're outsourcing their love. And also they're desperate to find someone now, right? So if you can just relax and go, yeah, of course, I'm going to set the intention to find someone quickly, but I'm not going to settle for anyone that doesn't meet my needs. Easier said than done, but give yourself that gift because you deserve to find a high quality person. You're only going to do that and find that beautiful, healthy, empowered, loving, incredible relationship if you give yourself the time to trust. And who determines that time frame? Not me. It's like God or the universe or life. Who knows? But we've got to trust in it. Okay, that's very important. Step number 6 is a bit in depth as well. This is really powerful stuff. Disconnected from polarity. Now, I'm going to pre-frame this. Polarity is what causes attraction. And all of us, men and women, I'm going to talk about this through the heterosexual lens because it's a little bit easier. But we all have energies within us. There's masculine energy and there's feminine energy. And we both have masculine and feminine. But when it comes to having sex or having attraction, which is what's going to cause a pull of high quality people of the opposite sex to you, is the opposite. It's like opposites attract. We've heard of this. And so if you think of like a macho man or a really feminine woman, someone that's like really just connected to their goddess quality. Just imagine a goddess. Men are just like, hell yes, like goddess qualities, bring it on. When a man's connected to like his strength and his warrior and he's acting like a king, he's leading his life, women are like, boom, I'm gonna feel safe with this dude. It is natural biology. And we have both, but for the sake of this activity, what I want you to do is I want you to look at, if you're a woman who is straight or a man who is straight, I want to look, if you're a man, masculine, look at those qualities and go, where are my stretches? Where can I actually start to embody this more so I become a more empowered version of myself that is more attractive to the opposite sex? Okay, and if you're a woman, same thing. Where in these qualities, and it could be triggering for you, but just suck it up and go, you know what? I'm going to really open my mind here because I want to be the best woman or man that I can be. So I'm going to go through these qualities rapid fire, and I just want you to list them out. So men, masculinity. A masculine man is courageous. So if you're in a job that you don't like and you don't want to be there, and you want to attract a really high quality woman, it's not attractive for a woman if there's something that you really want to do and you're not going after it, right? Courage, groundedness. Not this desperation, flightiness, not knowing where you're going, but grounded, strength, groundedness. Responsibility. That's constructivity, not destructivity. Being constructive, not destructive. Healthiness. Being healthy, fit, strong. It's a beautiful quality. Having a clear vision and an ambitious vision as well. Grounded, but ambitious. Clear vision. Disciplined. Aware. Open-minded and fun and wise as well. Wisdom. Very, very important. Where are your stretches? Write them down and go, how can I lean into that more? And for the women, again, under the premise we're talking heterosexual here, femininity, intuition, nurturing, radiance. Radiance to me can be epitomized with a big smile. I can tell you from a man's perspective, being attracted to women, when a chick's got a huge smile that's just lighting her up, there is nothing that is more sexy than a massive smile, that radiance. Connectedness, being not suppressing emotion, being aware of it and allowing that, allowing the ebbs and flows of the femininity. And that comes to expressiveness. You're really allowing the beauty from within to flow out, it's flow, it's expression. Being unconditional. Creative, confidence, attractiveness. Now, there's a great book called The Way of the Superior Man, which talks a lot about masculinity and femininity by David Dieter. And there's a model within that. It's talking about a level 1, 2, and 3 woman from the angle of sexuality. A level 1 woman, according to the book, is someone that is a woman that's trying to use her sexuality to get things, manipulate, that kind of thing. A level 2 is when the sexual energy is suppressed, tidied up. No, I'm not like that, boom, boom, boom. And level 3 is the sexuality is there, but it's coming from a place of trying to give to the world. So you can imagine like a woman that's mature, but also quite expressive and radiant, and allowing that attractiveness to flow. So this is important, attractiveness and what that means to you. And passionate. You know what your interests are. You're into it and you go after it and you're excited about life. Both of these can be summarized in healthy, like real healthy, empowered human beings. So have a think into that. Where are your gaps in terms of your own energy, natural archetypal energy? 7, and this is if you have all these other ones but not this, you might not attract a high quality partner. Not seizing opportunities. You see, I believe that I'm not going to miss out on what's being created for me. I have this belief. I really know that I'm going to meet my dream woman, okay? But I also take the opportunities when they present themselves. If I'm at a yoga class and I find someone attractive, I'll strike up a conversation. If there's a colleague or a friend of a friend, or I see someone in the street even, that blows me away and I feel really pulled to go up and talk, I seize those opportunities. I'm not attached. I know what I'm looking for. I trust that the right person is made for me, and I'm not rushing into anything. I've got self-love and fullness within who I am. I'm healthy. I embrace a lot of these masculine qualities to a full extent. You know, I'm embodying these, but I also seize opportunities, right? We can't just teleport to our dream partner, but you could meet them today when you're at the grocery store. You don't know, but you gotta say yes when the idea pops in, whether it's online, offline, whatever it is. Trust the voice and move towards that opportunity that presents itself. So that's the 7, guys. What I want to know from you in the comments is, I want to know which of these 7 is the one that stands out or made the biggest impact on you, that you think's been your biggest block, that if you actually lean into removing this block, that you're going to have a much higher chance of attracting a super high quality partner. Now, if you found this video valuable, epic, click the like button. Again, it'll push it out to more people, the message. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you click that subscribe button. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.